She turned her face away when I tried to kiss her after I learned the truth. That moment was enough. I pushed her aside and filed for divorce without a second thought. I never believed something as small as a kiss, or the lack of one, could reveal everything. But the night she recoiled when I leaned closer, something inside me fractured. That single, unplanned gesture spoke louder than years of arguments ever could. Let me rewind, because the story didn't begin there. We'd been married for 7 years. Her name was Camille. She carried herself with this calm elegance, the kind that drew people in. We were the couple others pointed to as proof that love still existed. At least, that's what it looked like on the surface. I had no idea how quickly that image could collapse. The first signs were small, almost invisible. She began taking her phone everywhere, even to the bathroom. She used to leave it lying around, forgotten. But suddenly, it was glued to her hand. Screen always hidden, sounds muted. It was like she was stacking bricks between us, one tiny habit at a time. At first, I told myself I was imagining things. Maybe it was stress from work. Maybe I was just exhausted. But suspicion is a slow-acting poison. Once it seeps in, it spreads everywhere. Then came the night she said she had to stay late. Camille's a graphic designer. She rarely worked past 6. That evening, she walked in well past midnight. I was waiting on the couch, TV flickering quietly. She smelled like strange cologne and cheap hotel soap. I asked if everything was okay. She said yes, that a client needed her last minute. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to, but her eyes never met mine. From that night forward, things shifted. She went out more often, saying she needed me time. She'd return withdrawn, sometimes oddly affectionate, like she was trying to cover something up. But the worst change. She stopped kissing me. Not completely, just emptily. A quick peck, a brush of lips, mechanical, cold. I convinced myself it was a phase. Every couple hits rough waters. We just needed to reconnect. So I planned a weekend trip. Just the two of us, near the spot where we first met. She agreed, but reluctantly. The drive was mostly silent. I tried to start conversations. She gave me polite smiles and one-word replies. When we arrived, she didn't even unpack. Her phone buzzed non-stop, but she never checked it around me. That night, sitting by the fireplace after dinner, I leaned in to kiss her. She flinched. It wasn't much, just a twitch, but it was real. Her body pulled back, like the thought of touching me disgusted her. I froze, pulled away, and asked, "Is there someone else?" Her silence was the only answer I needed. The fire snapped and crackled as the silence stretched into an eternity. I stood, walked to the bedroom, and closed the door. I didn't sleep. I just stared into the dark, hollow inside. In the morning, she pretended nothing happened. I said nothing during the drive home. The moment we got back, I grabbed the bag I'd packed in secret months before. Inside was a folder with papers I had prepared, just in case. I left without a word. No screaming, no begging. I drove straight to the lawyer's office and filed for divorce. She called that night. I didn't answer. Her texts filled my phone for days. Apologies, excuses, claims that it meant nothing. That she still loved me. But it was too late. A kiss should be simple, intimate, honest. When someone refuses that closeness after betraying the trust that bound you together, it becomes the loudest silence you'll ever know. She had already broken our vows in the shadows, and then recoiled when I reached for her like I always had. I wasn't going to fight for love she had already given away. I wasn't going to beg for scraps of affection. So I walked away. Not from rage, but from clarity. From self-respect. And I've never once regretted it.